Hello, Scrappy friends. Welcome to Workshop Wednesday. And welcome to the week of Thanksgiving, where I just needed to do one more recorded video. And then I will be back live next week, 11 a.m., right here on Facebook. Today we're going to work on our Keeping It Simple series, where we use the Creative Memories 101 Scrapbooking Ideas and Sketch Book, where we pick sketches that are super easy, keeping it very simple with simple cuts, simple photo placement, and we just get our pages done by taking the ideas that are right here in this book and creating beautiful, lovely pages. So today is going to be no exception. We are going to work on page 77, and it's right here and looks like this. And I did put a blog post up on my blog, so if you want to go check out my website right over here, you can get a PDF with all the information that you wanted to know about this particular layout. But it's this layout right here and this sketch. Now, let's talk about the inspiration first, because when they posted this as a blog post on Creative Memories, they were highlighting this alphabet handwriting stencil. That was the main focus of the blog posting. But if you look at this inspiration and the sketch, really all it is any border. Any border could replace that border. And that's what makes it such a quick and easy page. So here's what my challenge is to all of you. Let's get a quick page. In fact, we're going to make a 2-page spread today. And let's get a quick one done before the Thanksgiving holiday by dipping into our stash and finding some of those pre-made borders that we always make. And let's go pull one out and get some pages done, because that's all it really is. You can substitute this border for anything that you want. If you don't have any pre-made borders, then just create a very simple one. This has a strip of paper that is 12 by 2.5 inches long, topped with another piece of paper that is 2 inches wide. So 2.5 inches wide, 2 inches wide, and you can decorate it any way you want. Put a nice border punch right there, and you're good to go. So let me show a sample really fast, and then we're going to jump right into my page for today. So start with one piece of pattern paper if you're going to make a 1 page. If not, of course, then you know you need to have 2. And we're digging into our border stash, and I found this one. This is not the one I'm going to create today, but I just wanted to show it as a sample. And you can put it right up here at the top. They're leaving about 1/2 inch up here at the top. And then our photo placement. They have 3 photos going across the page, and the photo is 3 by 4, so the mat will be 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. And they're just lining 3 of those up along like this, and then bringing in a 4 by 4 photo. So the mat is a 4 1/4 by 4 1/4. Now there is room down here if you wanted to not overlap like they show here, but what they show is a small overlap, and that just exposes the paper a little bit. So it really depends on your photos that you have right there. And then we just bring in some photos, cut them down, and you can get 4 photos on a 1-page layout. And look how beautiful and easy that is, just by giving them a mat behind each photo. Now in the inspiration, they did different color photo mats for each one. So for me, that would really depend on how much scraps I have in that collection that I'm using. But I think leaving them all the same is also super nice, but it really would depend on what you needed. Then they have 2 embellishment clusters, one on either side of this photo down here, and a journaling box going out from diagonally from the photo. So here's a representation of our journaling box. We can put it like that. Again, it's slightly overlapping that. I would just trim it down if I didn't like that look, or if my photo had something in it I wanted to show. And then I'm just going to bring in some random embellishments that I had sitting here in my box and start to do some embellishing. So I have this arrow and a little bit of black and gold. I have this little gold things. Again, this just came right out of my stash. Maybe I would put the word friends down there like that. Black and white heart. And if I wanted to continue, I have a few blue things. I know these don't match, but just so you can get the idea, we can continue our embellishment cluster out into this open area down here. And that's how simple this page could be. Simple, but yet super beautiful. Now let me clean this up, and I'm going to bring out the pages that I'm going to work on today. Okay, hold on. I'm going to start my layout today with these beautiful wood grain papers from the Wonderful Day wood grain paper pack. I just love wood grain, you know that. So I'm going to use these any chance that I can get. I did exactly what I challenged you to do, and that was to go into your stash and find a pre-made border that you love and you want to get used on a page. So I picked this one here. I made this last year using the Autumn Harvest collection, which by the way is still available, and it is such a beautiful, beautiful collection. And I made this with our decorative trimmer and a border punch, and it's just a very simple border but very beautiful and elegant, and it's a side border, and you saw in the inspiration that it was a top border. But that's the awesome thing about these sketches. You can twist and turn them and you really get your value out of them. So I'm going to turn it this direction so that my border will go vertical, and we'll run it up and down the page like that. Okay, and then I'm going to bring in my photo mats I was just showing you. And again, these photo mats are 3/4 by 4 1/4, and I'm going to run 3 of them now. They were vertical photos here, but here they're going to be horizontal photos. And I'm going to run them straight down like that. And then you'll see here, this one could now come off to the side. And I have plenty of room. I don't need to stagger it or place it on top of my photo. So for now, I think I'm going to keep it very linear and to the same placement that they have here in the sketch. I want to bring in a journaling card or something right here to represent what they had. So I'm going to put this here and maybe it even embellish up on top of it. But this is basically the layout, pretty straightforward to what they have in the sketch. So now I want to work on the second page. And what I love to do is when I create a border, I love to do what I call a companion piece over here on the second page. And I did not make a companion piece when I made this particular border, but I did make a little ticket embellishment using the admission ticket punch. I punched out a ticket, put a piece of paper from the same collection, weaved through it, and then I just decorated up on top of it. So I do want to incorporate that because I love the blues and the reds that we have over here. And these are from the same collection, so I thought that would be pretty nice. And what I also had left from this collection is this beautiful die cut. And I love it because it has some of the copper gold foiling in it that I also have here on the leaf. So I thought, why not bring it in? So I'm going to start layering up a companion piece over here on this side. In fact, I think I'm going to go ahead and scoot it over here to the corner, because that seems to be what I like to do. I'll have it here and then in one of the corners, I think is nice, just to kind of bring the colors all the way through my page. And I have my embellishments here. Again, I just pulled some from what I had left from last year. But let me bring in the photos I'm gonna use over here. We can do the same size photos if we want, but I thought this would be a great opportunity to bring in some bigger photos. So these mats are 4x6, and I think I have room right up here to do 2 of them. If you had horizontal photos, I think you would have room for them as well. So you can change that around pretty easily. I'm gonna do mine like this. And then I'm going to put another 4x4 photo right here, right next to this photo over here. So this mat I did cut 4 1/4 by 4 1/4, so it matched this one on the other side. And you'll see I still have plenty of room to decorate over here. So let me slide this here because I want to start bringing in some more embellishments to build up my companion piece over here. So I'm really going to play off of the copper gold and just start tucking away. I brought in another journaling box, and I think what I'm going to do is this will be my actual journaling box. And I think I'm going to do something like this so that it's touching my companion piece, and so it feels connected to my layout, and then just have some of my embellishments running up over there. Okay, let's continue with our companion piece, and I think I'm going to pop this one up onto some foam tape, and I could still move it around, so we'll see where that's going to end up. But yeah, I like it much better. It kind of pops it up, gives us that little bit of a shadow underneath. I really love the pumpkin. I'm not sure yet. I'm going to get it in here somehow, but I think, let's bring in some more of these. I have this leaf over in my border, so I thought, well, that would be kind of nice to just bring it in to kind of represent the border. I'm going to tuck it underneath the blue like that. What else do we have? Maybe this one underneath our autumn days there. That's fitting in really nicely like that. And then maybe the pumpkin. I don't need the whole pumpkin to be showing. I just want us to be able to see that it's there. Kind of like that. Over here, I already have this little title here. It says Hello Fall, and over here Autumn Days. And I pulled this card in as I just thought it was really appropriate. Autumn shows us how beautiful it is to let things go. And I loved the colors that they chose for this. And I think what I'm going to do is I have all this room up here, and I want to kind of rest it on top of this box here just to give a little bit of that connection feeling again, like I was talking about over here. And then I want to build up a little scene right here. So I won't be using this for a journaling box. It'll be more like as an embellishment cluster base. I did bring in one of these little owls. I must have had that pre-made from the Owl Build-A-Punch from last year. And he was already pre-made, so I thought, why not? We'll try and get him in over here. But let's see what we have. Here's some more of that foiling. Let's see if we can add this. And then I have this, the 3 leaves, which I used down here. And I'm going to actually bring it into this box area. Like I said, it's not going to be for journaling. So we'll do something like that. And then more of these leaves that we now have in every cluster. Move these over like that, and then tuck this one in like that. That's cute. And then our owl, I think I see a perfect spot for him right there. Let me get some foam for this owl. Here we go. And I'm going to put it right there. Yep, I love it. I don't know what photos I'm going to use. Maybe some photos from this Thanksgiving. That'll be super quick and easy. Just print them out and away we go. I have a couple things left here in my tray. I have this word gathered. Again, that would be perfect for Thanksgiving. And I'm thinking, you see what I have? All this blue here. I have blue over here. So I'm thinking, bring it up to the top of this. I love doing that. I could either put it here or bring it all the way to the top. It looks really nice like that. I think what I'm going to do is maybe overlap my photo mat here just a tiny bit. It probably won't even touch the photo really. And then one leaf left. This leaf also I used over here, so that's perfect. And there's probably a lot of places I could put it. It would look super nice right there. And it would also look nice right over here. I think I like it best, actually, right up here. Bring in some more yellow up there. Yep, I love that cluster. I'm liking this one. I love this one too. There we go. I'm pulling this one out a little bit. I could push this in. Now, this was probably meant as a journaling box also, but I'm going to use it as a cluster base. It has all my colors in it. That's looking pretty. That's looking really nice. The last thing I want to do is bring in some more mats. So on this particular layout, I'm going to do a double mat. So I'm going to keep the black here as my back mat and then bring in some of this blue paper. Now this is from this year's autumn collection, Autumn Cottage, but I thought I just loved the blues and the browns that it had. And I'm going to bring it in right here. And when I cut my photos down, I will cut them to fit these mats now. So they'll be a tiny bit smaller. And I'm just going to give a mat, the same one, to each of the photo mats. And there we go. I will get all of this adhered down, and I am ready for some Thanksgiving photos to put on here. So I would like to say happy Thanksgiving to all of you who are in the US and who are celebrating Thanksgiving tomorrow. Stay happy, stay healthy, and I'll be back next week with a live episode. So I hope you come back and see what we're gonna do. So take care, everybody. I am grateful for you, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.